Do you know that, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, someone in the United States has a stroke every 40 seconds? That number is alarming, especially for older adults, when familiar signs like cold hands and feet, rapid heartbeat, or numb toes are often overlooked. Are you experiencing something similar? Have you ever felt constant fatigue, foggy thinking, or restless sleep without knowing the reason why? These could be gentle warnings from your circulatory system. The good news is you do not need medication to improve this. Just one small teaspoon every morning of a familiar kitchen ingredient may help your blood flow more smoothly, your heartbeat feel calmer, and your mind stay clearer. In this video, I will help you understand why this works and how to apply it step by step at home in a safe and effective way. If you are over 60, make sure to watch this video until the end. It might change the way you take care of your health every single day. Which country are you watching this from? Let us know in the comments below. Your body is a perfect network with nearly 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels stretching from the heart to the tips of your toes. Every single second, your heart beats without pause to push blood through this network, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. But there is one important detail that many people overlook. When your blood becomes thick, that flow slows down and turns dangerous. Normally, blood needs to be lightly fluid so it can glide through even the tiniest capillaries in your body. However, when blood fat levels rise, when you are dehydrated, or when you face long-term stress, your blood starts to clump. This makes your platelets stick together more easily, forming clots that can block the bloodstream and lead to stroke or heart attack. Even more alarming, these events often happen quickly, without warning, and rarely offer a second chance. According to the American Heart Association, about 87% of strokes are caused by blocked arteries, which means blood is no longer able to flow. This tells us that keeping your blood naturally thin is not only good for your heart, but also one of the simplest ways to extend your lifespan and stay in control of your health every day. When blood flows smoothly, your body moves with ease, your mind stays sharp, and most importantly, your risk of sudden medical emergencies drops significantly. Just imagine if a car had to run 24 hours a day with thick, sludgy oil. The engine would overheat and wear down quickly. Your body works the same way. So, is there a way to keep your blood smooth and flowing without medication? There is one familiar ingredient that scientists have called a natural aspirin. It helps your blood move freely, supports a healthy heart, and clears your mind. And the amazing thing is, it is already sitting in your kitchen. For many people over the age of 60, aspirin has become a familiar name, even part of their daily routine. This medication is well known among health professionals for its ability to thin the blood by preventing platelets from clumping together, which helps reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. For those with a history of heart disease, doctors often prescribe low-dose aspirin as a secondary preventive measure. However, what is concerning is that more and more people are using aspirin on their own, without a clear medical reason, thinking that the more you take, the better it is for your heart. But the truth is not that simple. According to an analysis published by Harvard University in 2022, as many as 20% of people who take aspirin daily experience serious side effects, mainly stomach ulcers, gastrointestinal bleeding, dizziness, or liver function decline. Aspirin, while helpful, is still a chemical substance. When used long-term, it can erode the stomach lining and cause internal damage, especially in older adults with weaker digestion or those already taking multiple medications. A typical example is Mrs. Linda, age 70, from Florida. For nearly 5 years, she took aspirin every morning without any symptoms. Then one day, She was rushed to the hospital for severe stomach bleeding and was diagnosed with mucosal damage caused by long-term aspirin use. After that incident, she began looking into safer, more natural alternatives and discovered that nature always has a solution if we take the time to listen to our bodies. She eventually chose a simple, easy to find ingredient that does not harm the stomach but still supports healthy blood flow, reduces platelet clumping, and promotes heart health overall. The amazing part is that without taking any pills, she started to feel stronger, more clear-headed, and more confident every morning. If you have ever worried about relying too much on medication or feared the side effects, stay with me, because up next, I will introduce you to a natural aspirin that is both safe and effective, and it may already be in your kitchen. Garlic has long been known as an essential spice in many traditional dishes, but few people realize that fresh garlic is also a powerful natural remedy that can support blood circulation, thin the blood, and protect heart health when used the right way. What gives garlic its unique power is not its strong smell, but a compound called allicin. This is a natural substance that only forms when garlic is crushed or finely chopped. Allicin has been recognized by science for its ability to prevent platelets from clumping together, much like how aspirin works, which helps reduce the risk of blood clots that block arteries. In addition, allicin helps relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and improve the flexibility of blood vessel walls, offering full support for the cardiovascular system. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people who consumed raw garlic daily for 4 weeks had significantly improved blood pressure and thinner blood compared to those who did not. What is important to know is that, unlike aspirin, garlic does not damage the stomach lining or the liver. In fact, it also supports digestion, has mild antibacterial properties, and boosts the immune system, all of which are especially valuable for older adults. Some people often wonder if garlic capsules, black garlic, or garlic oil can offer the same effects. The answer is the highest effectiveness comes from using freshly crushed raw garlic, because allicin is only fully activated when it comes into contact with air. This may seem like a small detail, but it is very important. If you eat whole cloves without crushing, or if you overcook garlic, much of its benefit is lost. Just one small clove of garlic each morning, when prepared correctly, can become your daily shield for heart protection. Garlic is not just a seasoning, it is living proof that nature always provides quiet, effective, and safe remedies if we know how to use them properly. Many people know about the benefits of garlic, but use it the wrong way, which leads to disappointing results. For garlic to truly work in thinning the blood, supporting circulation, and protecting the heart, there is one important thing you need to remember. Garlic is only effective when it is crushed and left to sit for at least 10 minutes before use. The reason is that when you crush or mash garlic, an enzyme called alliinase is activated. This enzyme then converts allicin into allicin, the main active compound that brings powerful benefits to your circulatory system if you swallow a whole clove without crushing it, or if you use it right after crushing without letting it sit in the open air. The allicin will not fully form, and most of its effects will be lost. The simplest way to use garlic properly is this. In the morning, take one fresh garlic clove, crush it, and let it sit untouched for 10 to 15 minutes. After that, you can swallow it directly or mix it with 1 teaspoon of raw honey to make it easier to take. Many people also add a few drops of lemon juice or take it with a sip of warm water to reduce the smell and ease the stomach. Most importantly, you should take it on an empty stomach, about 15 minutes before breakfast, to allow for full absorption. If you want to boost the effects, you can add a small pinch of ground turmeric curcumin, which helps reduce inflammation and protect blood vessels, or a bit of cayenne pepper capsaicin, which increases circulation and gently stimulates heart function. However, both turmeric and cayenne are optional. You do not need them to benefit from garlic. Fresh, properly crushed garlic each morning is already enough to help your blood flow naturally, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of abnormal clotting. If you are concerned about the strong taste or slight stomach reactions, you can start with half a clove each morning and increase to a full clove after 1 week. What matters most is listening to your body. There is no need to rush, just be consistent, because the true power of garlic does not show up overnight. It comes from daily use, done the right way, every morning, and within just a few weeks, you may begin to notice a difference from easier breathing and deeper sleep to clearer thinking and renewed energy. While fresh garlic is beneficial for circulation and heart health, it is not suitable for everyone to use daily. In particular, for those currently undergoing medical treatment, using raw garlic requires special caution. If you are taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, Plavix, Eliquis, or high doses of aspirin, you should not add raw garlic to your daily routine without first consulting your doctor. This is because garlic also has blood-thinning properties, and when combined with medication, it may increase the risk of internal bleeding or gastrointestinal hemorrhage, especially if you have a history of stomach issues or ulcers. Garlic may also enhance the effects of certain blood pressure or diabetes medications, which could lead to sudden drops in blood pressure or blood sugar if the dosage is not carefully managed. For individuals who are about to undergo surgery or have recently had one, raw garlic should be stopped at least 1 week before and after surgery to reduce the risk of excessive bleeding. Additionally, pregnant women in their first trimester should talk to a doctor before using raw garlic daily, since the body during this stage is very sensitive to changes in digestion and circulation. For healthy individuals who are not taking any medication, starting with half a small clove and observing how your body responds is the best way to get used to it. If you notice symptoms such as stomach burning, persistent acid reflux, abdominal discomfort, or loose stools, you should adjust the amount or switch to using garlic every other day instead of daily. The most important rule is this: always listen to your body and never overuse, even with natural remedies. Garlic is powerful, and because it is powerful, it must be used wisely and appropriately. If you are among the groups that need to be careful, do not worry. You can still enjoy the benefits of garlic by lightly cooking it into meals or using it less frequently, so you can stay safe while still supporting your circulation. Blood circulation is a quiet process that happens every second in your body, but it affects almost every essential function. When your blood does not flow smoothly, you may begin to notice small but important signs, often showing up in your hands, feet, mind, and skin. One of the most noticeable symptoms is a constant feeling of cold in your fingertips or toes, even when the weather is not particularly cold. This happens because blood cannot reach the tiny peripheral capillaries, so the skin and muscles in those areas do not receive enough warmth or oxygen. Another common sign is mild tingling, like pins and needles, or a crawling sensation in the hands or feet, especially in the evening or after sitting for a long time. This is a warning that your blood flow is weak and not properly nourishing your peripheral nerves. In addition, unexplained fatigue, lightheadedness when changing positions, and pale skin are also signs that your organs are not getting enough oxygen-rich blood. For some older adults, persistent mild headaches, poor sleep, or digestive discomfort may also be linked to poor circulation. When your body is not supplied with enough blood, it responds by lowering energy levels, which can affect memory, focus, and even your mood. If you often feel heaviness in your legs at the end of the day, experience brief blurred vision, or notice bruises that take a long time to heal, your blood may be struggling to circulate efficiently. These symptoms are often ignored or blamed on getting older, but in fact, they are early warnings from your circulatory system. The good news is that if you recognize the signs early and make lifestyle changes, poor circulation can absolutely be improved. One of the simplest ways is to use the right kinds of food that support healthy blood flow, such as freshly crushed raw garlic. I once met a man named Michael, 51 years old, living in Georgia. He was healthy and had never thought he might have any heart or circulation problems. But one morning, right after waking up, he felt dizzy, began to speak slowly, and experienced numbness on one side of his arm. His family rushed him to the hospital, and the doctor diagnosed him with a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, also known as a mini stroke. While it did not leave any obvious damage, what worried Michael the most was being discharged without clear instructions, no medication, no advice about lifestyle changes, just a simple go home and monitor. He told me that this uncertainty made him feel even more anxious than the hospital visit itself. Refusing to stay passive, Michael started researching blood circulation, clotting risks, and natural prevention methods. He discovered that raw garlic can work similarly to aspirin, helping the blood flow smoothly without harming the stomach. He decided to start small, crushing half a garlic clove each morning, letting it sit for 10 minutes, then swallowing it with honey about 15 minutes before breakfast. After a few weeks of doing this consistently, he began to sleep better, his blood pressure stabilized, his hands no longer felt cold, and his mind felt lighter. Michael did not rely on medication or chance. He simply took the time to understand his body and care for it the right way. His story proves one powerful truth: you do not need to wait until things become serious before taking action. A small, consistent change each morning can lead to long-term results. If you start each morning with one freshly crushed garlic clove and stick with it consistently for 2 to 4 weeks, you will begin to feel noticeable, positive changes from within your body. First, many people notice that their blood pressure becomes more stable, no longer rising and falling unpredictably. This happens because the blood vessels become more flexible, blood flows more evenly, and the heart no longer has to work as hard. In addition, your hands and feet may feel warmer in the evening, and the tingling sensation may gradually fade, proof that blood is finally reaching the small peripheral capillaries. Many people also share that after using garlic for a while, they sleep better, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling more refreshed. This is because improved circulation means the brain receives more oxygen throughout the night. Some individuals with a long-term high blood pressure also report that their readings become slightly lower and more stable, giving them greater peace of mind in daily life. There is no need for dramatic interventions or complicated methods. Just one small change each morning can start the process of rebalancing and healing your body. And what is most remarkable is that all of these benefits come from a natural ingredient that does not cause side effects or harm the stomach. Garlic is not a miracle, but if you are consistent, it can become a quiet companion that helps your blood flow, keeps your heartbeat steady, and makes each day feel a little lighter. We have just explored a simple secret that can make a big difference. One freshly crushed garlic clove each morning, taken the right way at the right time, can help thin your blood naturally, reduce the risk of stroke, and improve circulation throughout your entire body. While many people rely on daily medications and worry about side effects, garlic, a familiar ingredient in your kitchen, offers similar benefits to aspirin but is safer for your stomach and liver. Most importantly, this is not just a quick fix. It is a proactive lifestyle, one that listens to the body and supports it with the most natural tools available. If you have been feeling constantly tired, sleeping poorly, dealing with cold hands and feet, or noticing unstable blood pressure, your circulation may be calling out for help. And the answer does not have to be complicated. It starts with one small step each morning. Garlic is not a miracle cure, but when used correctly, consistently, and patiently, it becomes a quiet companion that helps you prevent serious health issues, boost your immune system, and improve your quality of life every day. Remember, the body has a natural ability to heal if you support it at the right time and in the right way. Simply replacing one morning pill with a crushed garlic clove could be a powerful step toward lasting health. If you found today's content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with your loved ones, especially your parents or grandparents, because sometimes the simplest gift of health is the one that comes straight from your kitchen.